we have sun, we have flat water, we are going to cast it. Bang, you get that fish.
Hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh, he hurt me.
I don't think you should yell when the fish is right there.
Coming up, Bob shows us how to fish those freshwater flats found all over Canada. Flats provide excellent opportunities for anglers to practice their skills. Boat control, casting techniques, and working lures are all an integral part of flats fishing. Join Bob as he travels the country showing us how to handle a variety of freshwater flats. We begin on one of Bob's old favorites as he and Derek Strube hit some open water flats on a rough Lake St. Clair. Then, Bob takes Ken Tizzard on a trip through the Thousand Islands and shows him how to handle weedy flats. We round the voyage out with some scenic Western Canada locations. Paul Brandt joins Bob in the Yukon. And then Bob meets his brother Wayne for a little arguing and maybe even some fishing on the Carg Lake, Saskatchewan.
Whoa, look at that. It's only water, Wayne. You're not going to melt. Here comes. Whoa. All right. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Look at that big laker. Yeah. Ah, huge.
Oh, baby.
That thing is a monster. Whoa.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Oh, I got one. Look at that thing. Help! Look at those teeth.
Bob Izumi.
All right. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh. Whoa. All right. Look at the size of this fish.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevrolet, Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing. I grew up fishing freshwater flats on Rondeau Bay in southwestern Ontario, and since those early years I've tackled more flats than I can remember. Flats are large expanses with consistent water depth, but flats bottoms vary widely. Weeds, sand, rock, and mud flats can all attract fish, but some of the best flats contain bottom transitions that fish find irresistible. It is important to watch for these transitions in dark areas. Even plain-looking, shallow sand flats with a few scattered dark mossy spots will produce good fish with proper technique and timing combined with the right weather. Oh, all right. Good one.
Lake St. Clair is a large, shallow bowl and contains lots of open water flats. On a chilly September afternoon, Derek Strube and I had a great outing catching smallies with spinnerbaits on rough water flats. With wind, waves, and watercolor to contend against, we fished the edges of sandbars with scattered weeds.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Oh. All right.
So small. Good.
Man, do they hit hard there.
I'm casting over you. I want to get my own.
Oh.
That's a nice fish.
Just hammer. You had a boil behind yours, right?
Yeah, and he never touched it, and you cast right back in and got him.
Let's see, I'll just use this little backman here. It's probably easier. One thing about this high sides of the walleye boat, it's a little harder to reach down. All right.
Notice I didn't help you. I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, you're in tournament mode. Okay, we broke the ice.
Good stuff.
And that one was just hooked on the outside of his mouth. All right.
Nice fish.
Yeah.
Good way to start.
Yeah.
This is normally really good on this bend.
That was a good sign. Oh, there we go.
Oh, now he's putting a school on. Oh, that's a nicer fish.
You want to go to a white and chartreuse?
Maybe I will.
Oh, yeah.
I'll actually help you this time. How's that sound?
That was quick.
Very nice.
2 casts, 2 fish.
I better get going here.
Skinny little guys up here today.
Yeah.
It's funny how you get different strains, eh?
They're just starting to put the feed bag on for the fall now. We're still a bit early for the big heavy fish. Hit? Something stopped it from swimming. Not hitting it very good if that's another hit. It's a perfect day for a blade.
Windy, overcast,
Yeah.
and we're fishing shallow, clear water. Although it's starting to get a little color to it, but still pretty clear, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, if it wasn't overcast, I think you could see bottom really good here, or if it wasn't rough.
We knew the fish were fairly active because when we launched in the marina there was fish boiling on the surface and the panfish were moving. And
yeah, you know, it's funny. This is something like Derek is talking about. A lot of good anglers will notice the surroundings. What's happening? Are the fish coming up to the top? Is there a lot of bird activity, panfish activity? And usually that means bass will be going, right?
yeah, everything's all linked, right?
Yeah.
Nature sees things a little different than we do. And
right now we're linked with the right presentation in the right area. We're gonna catch him.
And I got the wrong color apparently.
Oh, nice one.
Not huge, but we'll take him.
Hey.
Yeah, he was way up on the sand. That's what they get up there and chasing bait.
No kidding. Good one. All right.
Yeah, I got skunk out of my boat anyway. Out of my hand, I guess.
Yeah, you know, hey.
Hey, there we go.
You've got a lot of fish out here. We don't want to see you getting skunked now.
No, I can't have that. I'll never live that down. Again.
Good old Lake St Clair smallies.
Something got him there. A lot of muskie here. So.
Yeah. I think it's pretty neat when you get a bass on and the muskie want to have dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we are. This is good here.
Yeah, nice scattered
I
moss
know
here.
exactly where we are now. Oh, that's the grass patch right there.
You can see the little point here. And then
Oh,
bend.
yeah. Oh, nice.
Small guy again. They hit hard, don't they?
Oh. It's like they hit it going the other direction, isn't it?
Two and a quarter again.
Hitting hard.
Yeah, I just crushed it.
Oh, I missed them. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Nice one. Oh, yeah.
Good fish.
Oh, they're strong. Oh, yeah.
That's a good fish.
Yes, sir. All
Excellent.
right. Big old St. Clair smallmouth. All right. That one there's 3+, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's good 3+.
All right.
Very nice.
A little bit of blood on the
A
side.
bit of a whack on his back too. Something
Yeah.
took a rip at him.
Okay, let's put this guy back in. All right.
Nice fish, Bob.
Hey, it hammered it from way out.
Up next, Bob gives us some tips on how to handle those ever-present insects. Then it's off to Eastern Ontario, where Bob shows Ken Tizard how to find pike and bass in weedy flats throughout the Thousand Islands. This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
The outdoors, it can be invigorating, but also challenging, especially when you're bothered by pesky mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are most active at dusk and dawn, so if you're fishing, hunting, or camping, there are a few steps I like to take to help keep them away. Wear light-colored clothing. After all, insects are more attracted to dark colors. And don't forget to apply a personal insect repellent with DEET whenever you're going to be outdoors. I depend on OFF, Deep Woods Aerosols. They've now been proven to give me up to 8 hours of protection against mosquitoes. And because they contain 25 or 30% DEET, I know they're helping to protect me from bugs that bite, including mosquitoes that may carry West Nile virus. Protect yourself with OFF Deep Woods. And at the end of the day, when it's time to cook up what you've caught, a great way to protect the whole area is with the OFF Power Pad Mosquito Lamp. It kills mosquitoes for up to 4 hours and covers a 4.5 meter radius. That's gotta be enough time to hear all the tall tales that these turkeys can come up with. OFF, effective protection you can trust. Fishing freshwater flats requires effective water coverage, and for that you need the right equipment and approach. An electric trolling motor is a great tool, whether cutting through those weed flats or letting you sneak up on sunbathing fish when working shallow sand flats. Your trolling motor lets you stay mobile, and covering water is what you need to spot and mark fish on huge flat expanses with your sonar GPS unit. Identifying flat areas on charts is an easy step, but upon closer inspection, the flats become vast stretches requiring an informed, systematic approach. Use your electric to work patterns across the huge flats or attack smaller flats with fan casting. Lures like crankbaits, spinnerbaits, or plastics are good options. Also, it's important to have your polarized sunglasses on to look for any changes in even fish. Fishing near Kingston, just off of Lake Ontario with Ken Tizard, I found pike and bass on a sunny flat in the Thousand Islands. An interesting combination of features had drawn out both species, and we are quick to capitalize.
What do we got here?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. What a way to start the day here. Thousand Islands. Now I'm using 17-pound vanished, the new transition line. And so we can just lift this 3-pounder aboard. Actually, it's not quite 3, about 2.5. What do you think?
Beautiful. Beautiful fish.
A bad way to start. Just hit that Premier Plus striking spinnerbait. All right. That's it. Good stuff. Get a cast out there. Right in that dark spot. Right out there. Right where I'm going to cast again. Uh-oh. We have a big pike on here.
You do. You certainly do.
Uh-oh. We've got a big pike. Oh. Oh, baby.
You need some help there with that line?
No, all right. He's wanting to peel a little bit of line off here. You can keep casting for those smallmouth.
Okay.
Maybe these pike are pushing the smallmouth out. Oh, mate, come on up here and show yourself. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's a nice fall pike. You know, the thing about the Thousand Islands is there's so much fertility, such a massive river. I think I better dip this one again. There we go. Oh, yeah. Barely fits. Oh. Okay. Whoa. He's off. That's not bad, is it? All right.
That's all right for sure.
That's a nice northern there. All right. Yeah, come on in there, Mr. Pike. Will smallmouth coexist with northern pike, Ken? We will see as we move up here where the bass. That was a good sized pike. Take this spinnerbait. Look at that. Got to check. No, don't even have to retune it. It's ready to go. Okay. I guess to answer the question, do smallmouth and pike coexist? Yes, they do. This time of year, you know, they really fatten up. Sort of like me. They fatten up for the fall. Isn't that funny? That big pike didn't bend the spinnerbait. That little feisty smallmouth bent it, so I got to just put it back. Tells you. It's not how little they are, it's how they fight. Usually, I would prefer white and chartreuse.
Right.
There's a fish.
What, are you kidding me?
Uh-oh. Whoa. Jumper. What was that, the next cast? Oh. Yeah, this is a better fish. Look at that. They're so hard. Okay, I'll put a white one on for you. White and chartreuse is my favorite color of spinnerbait for smallmouth. White is my second favorite, but today they might be wanting white. I'm going to get you a white one.
That's all right.
Just because that's the type of guy I am.
Okay. You sure you don't want to put me back on the lizards again?
On lizards. Hey, folks, we'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned for more flats, tips, and tricks as we visit the Yukon with Paul Brandt. With crystal clear waters, Bob and Paul just need to keep their eyes off the beautiful mountain scenery long enough to hook some hungry pike.
Work the flats with your target species in mind. Different fish are headed to the flats for different reasons. Pike on sandy flats during sunny days are there to warm up and digest a meal, so a slow, persistent approach is probably best, but bass on the weed flats are often after food. Access to deep water is another benefit of the flats that fish love, so work the outer regions, but don't neglect those inner areas with lots of variation in bottom. Utilizing efficient boat control and varying your presentations can help you uncover loads of fish on the flats. During my early season Yukon adventure with Paul Brandt, I had the opportunity to fish pristine Clearwater flats. The great visibility let Paul and I sight fish lots of pike on the rock mud transitions using brightly colored jerk shads.
Welcome back. We're up here in the Yukon fishing out of Dalton Trail Lodge, having a lot of fun with country music star Paul Brandt.
Oh,
Paul,
there's some in here. Look
oh,
at
there's
this.
one right there. All right, pike. You know, your wife just caught a giant lake trout. You're going to catch a pike in about 2 seconds here. Here it comes. He's following the... Oh, there's two coming in. You got a small... Oh, I got one too. Way back there.
Man, we're surrounded.
Yeah, we are surrounded.
Come on, man.
Mine's small,
Oh,
maybe.
we got that one. Yeah.
Double
One too.
header.
Double header. We keep doing the double header thing here
Yeah,
today.
well, life is good.
Got off.
Yours off. Maybe I can get mine off too without getting my hands dirty. You know, your wife has to go and show us up with that monster.
That was
lake
a
trout.
monster.
Just caught with Wade over there as a guide. Look at the top of the head of this pike. Do you think there's big pike in here?
I think maybe.
Look at this. And a few minutes ago, I set the hook on a very large pike. I saw it cruise out. I threw a long cast, and
Oh, that one was knocked the wind out of you.
it did, and it takes a bit to wind me because there's a lot of wind there.
Oh, nice.
Sculpture, Chad. It was jerked off my hook. They're stacked up in there, Paul.
Can't keep them off.
Yeah, they're stacked up in that shallow weed. Man. I'm seeing them down there. They're all over the place.
Kind of hanging on the edge of those weeds, it seems. I bet right over there. Get over here.
This is that famous video where country music legend loses guitar playing finger.
Is that how that works?
But the good thing is we got it captured on video.
That I once had fingers? There you go, guy. Right. That never gets old. Never gets old.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. It's safe to say that anyone with some fishing experience is also familiar with structure fishing, the subject of numerous fishing shows and magazine articles. It's an accepted fact that fish relate to changes in their environment. Most of these are well documented and easily recognized: rocks, trees, man-made features, and so on. At the same time, a few guys seem to break the rules of catching fish on what appears to be a featureless flat. It's quite likely they've stumbled upon a secret hotspot, indeed a transition zone. This refers to a location where a change in bottom composition occurs. Wind, shoreline features, and incoming rivers set up currents, depositing sediments in distinct patterns. Even subtle changes in density will hold forage and attract fish. A good indicator is the sudden appearance of weed growth, however sparse. Changes in weed type also factor in. More dramatically, transitions can be a step up from sand to gravel or in the size of rocks. Though difficult to locate, keep a close eye on your fish finder and use a GPS to record findings. Remember, soft and hard bottoms reflect sound waves differently. Of course, marking and catching fish in the middle of nowhere is always a good sign. Saskatchewan is the last stop on our flats fishing tour. The quarrelsome Izumi brothers agree to disagree on the best way to fish for pike. And despite all the yelling, Bob lands some lazy fish on sunny sand flats.
Out in Saskatchewan with my brother Wayne, I got a chance to fish a flyout lake near Milton Lake Lodge. McCarg Lake is a great place to focus on flats with weed clumps. Not surprisingly, Wayne provided plenty of commentary, while I had to catch all the fish.
That one?
There we go.
Spinnerbait pike.
All right, you know, when it comes to fishing the flats, I'll tell you, they can hold a lot of fish. And today we're fishing a typical flat for pike. And we're fishing a small lake in northern Saskatchewan, a flyout out of Milton Lake Lodge. And Wayne, you know, these pike get on these flats. What do you think? It's the sun that brings them up, the food? What is it?
Well, it's post-spawn, and the spawning area is all close by. We're right in the middle of this little lake, and it's just a big mud flat that's probably about, it tops out at 2 feet, but it probably averages 4, 6 feet. You see little tiny weeds starting to come up, and you can see the marks on them post-spawn. There's none on that one. They're just laying there. Sometimes they're in the back base, but sometimes these mid-lake mud humps are really good.
Area.
There he is, coming. Hit it! Oh, he heard me.
Yeah, don't say that. Every time I get a hit, Wayne, I'm going to keep reeling fast to get them close, eh?
Okay, and I'm going to yell.
Okay, wait. Oh, yeah.
Oh, a little bit bigger. They're getting
They're
bigger.
getting bigger. They're getting bigger.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a little mark on the side of his head.
A little bit of spinnerbait pike action on the flats, and you know, come on, baby.
Well, the thing is, you know, all over the country this can work, eh, Bob?
Absolutely. You know, you're talking about.
Whoa. You know, let's have some respect
It's
here.
only water, Wayne. You're not going to melt. All right. A lot of people say that flats are so big, what should you do? And I think one of the keys is to look for something a little bit different on the flats. In this case, it's a mid-lake deal, offshore, a little bit less obvious. And fish will roam flats at times. They'll be at different depths. Today, it doesn't seem like they're on top of this shallow deal, you know, where you can see bottom really good. We're not seeing a lot of fish.
Just on the edge, where you lose sight.
It's just where you barely see bottom or can't see bottom. Shorelines or flats? What do you go for, Wayne, if you had to pick? For pike.
For pike, I think I'd try those inner bays early in the spring, you know, all through North America, that sort of April to June period. And then I think I'd go up for the flats.
Well, I would differ from you. I'd go to the flats, period, if I had one place to choose for pike. Because you can go in 2 feet of water in the bays, which is still a flat,
Yeah.
or you can move out to the edges
That's true.
where it drops off into deeper water. And, you know, you're going to get pike somewhere, either shallow in between or on the edges towards deeper water.
So what's he saying? They're everywhere?
No, I'm saying they're going to be shallow, deep, or somewhere in between. But
Like I say, they're everywhere. No, I
Right.
think depth is the key, Bob. You know that historically all over when we fish for pike, sun is much better. When it gets cloudy and rainy and windy, it's a lot tougher. Definitely
you know,
the sun and heat
Once
brings them
again,
up.
though, let's refine that.
Yeah.
We're talking about for pike. Now, when you take flats for bass,
Different
sun
story.
is terrible.
Different story.
You
That's
got to
right.
doink around, fish the
That's
bases of the weeds, and get around in a little pocket. Strike zone shrinks down to 2 feet,
You got
3
it.
feet, 1 foot. Where overcast days
Overcast
for bass,
wind is much better.
you get them on buzzbaits, spinnerbaits, crankbaits, rattling, vibrating baits. But with pike,
The reverse.
sun gets them more active. And it's kind of weird. A lot of people don't really pay attention to that sun issue, but it seems to just wake them up. Worth the price of admission.
You can do so much on freshwater flats. The flats offer great opportunities to fish multiple species right across the country on many of our lakes. Whether you're covering water or specifically sight fishing visible fish on shallow flats, don't forget a good pair of polarized glasses. Check your charts to get started and then work the large flats with your electric. Cover the water by working different depths and even try working a grid-type pattern. A GPS is a great tool for keeping track of where you've worked. Next time you're out, give flats fishing a try. Hey, you could hit the mother lode. We'll see you next week right here for some more real fishing.
Yeah, all right. This is a big fish. That is a fish of a lifetime. Whoa. Well, that is just amazing. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, man. Woo. That was too cool. Oh, man, what a fish. Look at that. Yes.